We are almost done this NFL regular season. We are currently in week 15 and we have just 3 games left to play till we make it to the postseason. Now we are currently sitting at a 10-3 record, about to play against the Kansas City Chiefs, who have a 4-9 record, and we are actually not guaranteed a playoff spot just yet. If we look at the NFL standings, there are 3 other teams that are guaranteed the playoffs. That is the Patriots, the Seahawks, and the Panthers. Now as we go against the Kansas City Chiefs, they will be without their star Jamal Charles on offense. I mean, this isn't really a surprise. This guy is just always getting banged up.
Off the harbor in Baltimore, as that's where we'll join Jim Nantz and Phil Simms. Gentlemen.
Chiefs, Ravens, it's pouring here as we're getting ready for today's matchup.
So as I said with Jamal Charles, man, I mean, just in real life, and it's even happening over here in Madden, the guy is just, he's constantly getting plagued by injuries, and it's ridiculous because he is a good player, and it sucks to see someone like him always getting brought down in his seasons because of injuries. Now, as you saw my upgrades, I am saving up because I do think I need to upgrade my speed, but as I said before, we are not in the playoffs yet, so we have to keep winning these games, because if we don't, the rest of the teams in our division, like the Bengals, Steelers, they could catch up and take those playoff spots. And on our first defensive possession, I am coming out here and grabbing interception number 8 on my season. What a way to come out here, show who's boss, let them know who wants to win this game and get to the playoffs by getting that interception. That was only like the 4th play maybe on defense for us, and then the very next offensive play for the Chiefs, CJ Mosley comes up with the forced fumble and the recovery of the football. And with 2 turnovers back-to-back on defense, our offense was able to put up a pair of field goals, 1 in each of those drives, obviously. And we have a 6-0 lead so far in this game. So, Chiefs, they're trucking down the field now on their next offensive possession. Going with the passing play here on 3rd and 6. Alex Smith finds his receiver. A nice sideline grab there to pick up the first down and keep this drive alive. So, next play, 1st and 10. Going with a run play, and the running back that they are using is Noshan Moreno, since Jamal Charles is out with that injury. And it took 3 of us to bring that guy down. So hopefully, you know, our offense or our defense can bring this guy down, you know, just one-on-one tackles. I think that's what we need to do. On 3rd and 13, man, I thought I was in good coverage, but I need to start staying in front of these receivers, because it seems to be when I'm behind them, I think I'm in good coverage, they always just go up and grab the ball. When it looks like it's coming to me, I don't know. That shouldn't have been a touchdown. I should have been there right on top of that receiver to not let up a touchdown there. So the Chiefs do have a 7-6 lead now, and they are back out here on offense yet again. Now this time, I was in front of Travis Kelce. I was just like a yard too shy of being too far away from him. I mean, like, that should have been an interception. That would have been a beautiful one at that, to jump right in front of the route, grab the pick. I mean, that's what I'm talking about, though. I need to get my speed upgraded, because I could have gotten there sooner. I could have gotten there in better position, man. I don't know. I'm falling apart here back at safety. As I'm diving and missing tackles, we're towards the end of the 2nd quarter now. The Chiefs have extended their lead 17-6 after those 2 touchdowns that I guess you could blame me. I mean, I should have been there, at least had better coverage on them to not let those plays happen. 1st and 10 now, a curl route, they pick up the first down. They call a timeout with 10 seconds left on the clock. They took their field goal before the half was over, and their lead is now 20-6. So the Chiefs, they're continuing to extend their lead here, and I mean, just again, what am I doing? Like, I feel I'm in good coverage, and then these quarterbacks are just tearing me apart and let me know that I'm not in good coverage, and I keep letting up these receptions happen. 3rd and 11, 6.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. I don't even know how this play happened. I mean, he finds a wide open receiver in the middle of the field. And this is not looking too good, man. And I mean, as you can see, we are getting turnovers here on defense. It's just that our offense, man, they went 3 and out every single time they had the ball. And no Sean Moreno running straight to me, man. Do that one more time. I'm going to lay another hit on you. Run straight up the middle towards my hole again and see what happens. Hey, look, man, I told you, do not run up my hole straight towards me. That is what I am good at, is shutting down the run game one-on-one and especially forcing fumbles on those type of plays. So at least I'm finally coming out here, getting another stop for our defense. And as you see the scoreboard, it's about time our offense finally put a touchdown on the scoreboard. I mean, I'm not joking when I say this. Literally, every single time our offense had the ball, it was 3 and out. And that is so tiring for our defense to constantly come out here on defense like 1 minute later after we just got off the field because our offense can't produce anything. And we are getting stops. I mean, I think at this point we had 4 interceptions. Like, other players in our secondary were getting picks as well. And it's just like, we can't keep coming out here on defense because we can't get stops every single time. It's just impossible. And it's hard to win these games when one half of your team on the offense can't put points up on the board and get touchdowns.
Catch me.
Interception number 9 now for me on my season. I mean, I just don't know what else I can do. At least I'm coming out here and getting all sorts of turnovers. Yes, I lit up some touchdowns, like this one right here, but I mean, just, I don't know what else to do, man. Like, I feel I'm in good position always to get these picks and get these interceptions. It's just that I'm not. Every single time, it's like I'm either too far behind the receiver, they jump right in front of me, grab the ball, or it's either I'm in front of the receiver and I'm just not tall enough, or I can't get to them fast enough, and they get the ball right over top of my head. I mean, it's just, it's so frustrating because I feel like I should have so many more interceptions on my season if only I was in a little bit better position. So I think a big part of that is I just need to upgrade my speed so I can get to those spots faster. Now, for our offense, man, they just must be on a cold streak, and a big part of that is Justin Forsett being injured because our backup, Javoris Allen, 2.2 yards a carry, that's not going to get it done, man. Now, for us, we were on a little bit of the lower side with the tackles this week, 7 tackles. We did get those 2 interceptions, of course, and a forced fumble. I mean, getting 3 turnovers on defense, what else can I do, man? Our offense is just not producing, and that is not good as we are close to entering into the playoffs now. Week 16, we will be playing against our rival, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have a 7-7 record. Now, as you look at our standings, both the Browns and the Steelers lost their games this past week, including us, so they are 3 games behind with only 2 games left. And as you guys can see, there is now an X next to our name, which means we have been guaranteed a playoff berth no matter what happens in these last 2 games. Finally, we have done it, all this work. We will be guaranteed to go into the postseason. It's a great feeling, man. And the reason why we have been guaranteed a spot and the season's not over is because there's only 2 games left, and including the Steelers and Browns, everybody's so far behind that if they win those 2 games and we lose 2, we will still be ahead. We have 10 wins. They cannot catch up no matter what happens. All we are trying to do now is fight the Bengals and win our division. It is a miracle, man. It is about time. We have won Defensive Player of the Week all of these weeks. Finally, we have won one in week number 15. I mean, I feel like I should have had so many more at this point. I have done so much in the regular season. Like, I'm just now getting recognized and getting Defensive Player of the Week. I mean, it's awesome. that I'm finally getting one. But hopefully all of you guys enjoyed. That was definitely a very fun game to play in, even though we did lose. But next week we will be playing against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hopefully we can win, because if we do, we will earn ourselves that first round bye into the playoffs.